Hey everyone on Facebook, this is Pip Connor with the Flagship Niagara League, and I'm here with Christopher Sutton, Captain of LETTIE, making his triumphant return. Hi, Chris.
Hey, it's so good to finally be here after our long days with the pandemic, and I'm really excited to be moving ahead with the ship and working with the crew. And currently, we're in our wood shop, and I wanted to go over a few things with the guys who are helping to make our engine room more utilitarian.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around here, and we'll be taking a walk through.
So here we are. We're going to go and say hello to Rod and Dutch. They're hard at work, and we just wanted to ask you a couple questions about your design and what you're doing to make our engine space more effective.
It's very much trial and error. We're trying to figure out a way to maximize tool storage. The old ones are over there, which we plan to repurpose. And between the 3 or 4 of us, we kind of talked about different designs and made a couple of prototypes, and this is what we've come up with. So we're hoping it works.
Well, they certainly look really good. Can you describe how they work?
Sure. If you can envision these standing vertically, like these are. As a matter of fact, we can stand one up, that one, and then put the covering on up. Okay.
And these would essentially, when we're underway, they're closed. Tools can't be dropping off and falling about. When we need something, they can be opened up. We've got all kinds of hanging space for tools.
Right, and in each given space, they would open like this. And you have a top tier, a middle tier, and then the bottom tier does the same thing, except they open down, so you don't have to bend down to look at the tools. You can just see them in front of you. And these consume the same amount of space as those have.
So these are effectively just as deep as these ones here,
Yes.
and yet if you're putting tools on both sides, then we can double out the amount of tools for the storage space available.
Right.
Yes.
See, this is brilliant.
And those will go against the aft bulkhead.
Okay.
Like I said, to repurpose them. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just they're not terribly efficient.
Right. Also, we're designing a drop-down workstation table at the base of the ladder.
Which will make it really convenient for the person who's doing engine room logs to jot down their notes as they go.
Yes.
I think that's a great idea as well.
And the last thing is that behind the ladder above the generator will live that, which will have all your sockets and so forth in one location.
And keeping them all tight in enclosed space on a vessel is super important.
As opposed to the 2 huge tables, all of this
All
stuff
of these tools came out of LETTIE's engine room.
Right. And so we think that these are still the tools. And I mean, I understand that there were many more as well.
Yes.
So this is tools that have been pared down to fit back, so we don't have as many redundancies. Just 2 sets.
2 sets instead of 3 or 4.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. That's the theory.
So all of these things here and all of these things here, and when you guys get the storage done and it's set in place back in the vessel, then we'll be able to get all these back in a more sensible pattern.
Yep.
Yes.
I love it.
And
Cool.
if they don't, it's not our fault. No.
Yeah, it's Adam. Yeah, Adam.
Adam, it's going to be Adam's fault.
Yeah.
Poor Adam. Okay. Well, guys, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Should we go out and check out the vessel?
Yeah, let's go about the good news and all the things that are going on out there.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay.
So currently, I'm really excited to get the rig back up again, but there are a lot of steps in getting there. And the first step is to get the cover off from the winter. And then the second is to train the crew to do the work aloft. So I think that both of those are in progress right now. So let's go have a look at that. Out onto the plaza here.
see our two beautiful boats here. Got the Lettie G. Howard over there and the US Brig Niagara to the left over here. Wait for Chris to catch up real quick.
So there are our trainees in progress. Many of these are long-term volunteers that we've had. And so some of them have had a lot of training and some of them need a little bit more. And hopefully everybody gets a chance today to go aloft and we can see some people working aloft and getting the practice. As you can see, we're also getting the cover removed. And because there's still woodwork going on, we're leaving the after half of the cover, that's at the back part of the boat, in place. And we're going to remove the front and middle sections of the cover and work on fixing up the rig up forward.
Ah, excellent. Doing a partial reveal to start out.
Partial reveal, exactly. Just part of the way. And that's because our excellent carpenter, Adam, is getting some woodwork done. And I think he's there now. How about we go ahead and check it out?
Absolutely.
The mate for this year is Brent. And Brent is going over all the training for putting on a harness to climb and make sure that everybody is safe as they can be.
Yeah, everybody, we can see the class going on here. I'll try to be lower on the volume well, so we don't interrupt them.
Until it's all the way over again. So that fat guys like me can pick up any harness out of that pile and fit on the first try. No.
Brent is really great with important details and making sure you've heard the whole thing. And I'm really delighted to get a chance to work with such a great professional. So let's bypass this and go right on to the woodwork.
Get a sneak past you here, Brent.
And then I step into one of the leg holes.
Underneath the aft cover here we are with the important woodwork to be done. And we can see right here our carpenter hard at it again, as always.
Never run out of work, right?
So Adam, can we ask you what you're working on today?
I'm going to do some repairs to the deck. So I'm taking off some of the parts that are obstructing where I need to work, like the GPS antenna. So this deck is kind of soft in a few places, so I'm gonna do some temporary repairs before get a little more time out of it before we can do a full replacement. So,
well, and it's super important because, you know, along with even things like the GPS antenna, which is supposed to be outside, all of our electronics are actually in this aft cabin space as well. And we're trying to keep them out of the wet. And as the old vessels are often get a little leaky, and it's our job to make sure that we keep the leaks out.
Absolutely. Keeps the mates less grumpy too, right?
Exactly. So how long before we're at the point where you think we're going to take this cover off and get down to having a more dry deck?
middle of next week.
Middle of next week. That seems like a really incredible pace.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Well, it's really exciting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Cheers.
So up forward, we actually have our excellent relief mate and former board member and long-term volunteer, Pat Federici, is currently teaching two of our trainees how to go aloft. And I think you can take a minute or two here and spy on them. Wave to the camera, Pat.
More focused on the work.
Yeah, but it was good timing. So it doesn't always happen all that quickly, but that's okay because we want to make sure that people are safe because there is some inherent danger in the work we do. And it's our job really to make sure that that doesn't affect any of our crew or our passengers.
Absolutely. How does one get involved with doing the volunteering side of things?
Well, come down to FNL, give us a call. We obviously want more people, and I was going to mention that the fantastic mate we have is actually running a series of springtime classes to get everybody refreshed. And everybody's welcome to sign up for the classes. Brent's currently doing classes on knot tying. He's going to move on to lashings and seizings. And these are both important things to know for both Lettie and for the Niagara if you wanted to volunteer on Niagara as well. So that's the best place to start. And if you have a lot of enthusiasm, then we can find other work. And the way we currently work it is the more volunteer hours you put in, the more opportunity you have to go out sailing with us.
Beautiful. Well, we'll have to get as many people involved as possible and share the love, so to speak. And
well, it would be great if everybody in town came down.
absolutely. Many hands make light work.
Well, we'd get a lot done quick.
Well, I think that covers most of like the basics. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about or go over, or?
Not at the moment.
We got plenty more weeks ahead of us and
We
lots
do.
more exciting things to
We
come.
do.
So. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to flip this around so we can say goodbye real quick. But just wanted to say, oh, sorry, I have to steer backwards on this thing. But just want to say bye, everybody. Thank you so much for checking in. And come on down and help out sometime. We'd love to have you guys down. Take care.